Everything starts with students and ends with students. He's so passionate about student activities. Even if you saw in his opening speech, all he has spoken is about the student activities. And I have never seen another gentleman who is as passionate about student activities as Mr. Adarit Joshi. Make maximum out of it. You have most amazing programs which are going to come up. I think the number of webinars, I think under able leadership of Parth, are already going day in, day out. I think Parth, I'm really proud of you, the way you have taken it forward. Keep it up, my friend. I think I look forward many more than that, right?
Thanks, Vivek.
Another important part, of course, there would be IJJ. Under what format, we yet don't know, depending on the COVID situation. Okay, so you must look forward to it. There is another beautiful program which is coming up, which is C2C, that is campus to corporate. Already, I think Dr. Kavita Dhanwade ma'am is aware of that. That is another thing which is coming up. This year, your ISTL is going to be bigger and better. And I'm not going to talk about it. I'll let Vivek sir get in and talk about ISTL, that how it is going to be. You cannot imagine at what level this ISTL is going to be. So make maximum out of it. Let me tell you something. Under the COVID pandemic, understand one thing. Your majority of your industries are gone for a toss. Okay, you will see a lot of recession in various kind of industry, not in HVAC and R, because it will become a necessity, right? Your mechanical ventilation and air conditioning is now need of the hour in this pandemic. If you guys want to understand, go to www.ishrae.in. Download a document called COVID document and you will understand what I'm talking. The amount of research, the amount of work, what is happening in air conditioning and refrigeration right now in last 2 months, perhaps let me tell you, it wouldn't have happened. That kind of work has not even happened in the last 5 years. And all these guidelines, all these are accepted by government of India. Purpose of telling you this is, can you imagine what kind of work, what is going to come in air conditioning and refrigeration field? This is a place where you want to look at the opportunity. So friends, join this community, join ISHRAE, be proud member. That's what I would like to say. And before I end, I would like to get in Vivek sir. Vivek sir, if you could talk about ISTL this time, or let me put it, ISTL plus. So yeah, Vivek sir, over to you, and then I'll say my final few words.
Yeah. Good afternoon, all students, teachers, and my friends. I'm audible.
Absolutely audible. Vivek ji, please go ahead.
Yes, yes. See, I will not take much time because we have limited times. See, this year, everyone knows what has happened because of Corona, but it's the right time to understand yourself. And you are the students. Now you have that opportunity. You can think about what is your future. First, to know about your future, first you should know about yourself. What you want to do, what you want to do, how you would like to be after 4 years, 5 years. So you need to choose your right career. Now we are talking about HVAC. HVAC is the one field where you have a lot of opportunities, and it is going to happen. Looking at the air quality. Now after Corona, everyone is talking about the air quality, indoor air quality, outdoor air quality. How we are going to increase, because that is the part of your life now. That is between life and death. So you need to improve your air quality, and that will only happen with the HVAC. So this year we are going to have two types of ISTL. One ISTL, what we are going to do with is inter-college. Like in Lokmanya College, there will be internal ISTL will happen. So we will try to teach all the students what is HVAC, starting from heat load calculations to designing the systems. So a lot of classes will be taken. Lot of teachers will be there from the HVAC industries who will come. We'll try to do with online, or if possible, we can do it on in college also. So a lot of teaching is going to happen. We will try to give maximum input from ISHRAE side to all the students. And once this ISTL happen, then second thing we are going to do is the ISTL that will involve even architect also. Because once you becomes HVAC engineers, you are going to speak with architects. You are going to involve in projects, and projects will only happen with help of architects. So this time we are going to do ISTL with the help of Architect College also. So there will be a team which will engineering college and architecture college jointly. They will compete for this ISTL. We are going to call this, that is mixture of architecture and any HVAC. So just be a ISHRAE members. There are a lot of things going to happen. I always tell all the students, just take a ISHRAE membership, go on ISHRAE website, see what is going to happen, what is future of HVAC. Just watch a lot of videos. Just watching those videos also you come to know about this HVAC industry. What is psychrometric chart, what is heat load calculation, everything you can know just becoming ISHRAE members. So best of luck to all students. Best of luck to Parth.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Vivek Bhai. So I think my final few words. So you spoke, I think you spoke about ISTL. Friends, I really hope last year was a fierce competition in ISTL. And this year, I really hope and sincerely hope, I mean, looking at passion of Dr. Kavita Dhanwade ma'am, that this year one of you are amongst the top three. So give your best, make maximum out of it. And you have your alumni who is sitting on the CWC, see it as a benchmark and take it forward. Wish you all the best, Parth, and make us proud. So wish you all the best, guys, and enjoy today's session. Parth, I have another meeting and a call, so I may need to get out on the line. Yeah?
No problem at all.
Okay.
Actually, we have more alumni sitting on the CWC.
Sorry?
Hello.
Yeah.
We actually have one more alumni sitting on the CWC. You forgot
Yeah,
Saloni.
please, we have one more. Yeah, where is Miss Saloni Shetty? Is she around?
Yeah, I think
Yes,
she has
yes.
joined.
Very much, very much. She is already joined.
Saloni, we would like to hear you. Where are you?
And
Hi,
even Atreka sir is also there.
Yeah.
I'm there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Saloni.
So some
Huh?
words of wisdom.
No, sir, nothing such as such. Just that they should all the students they should know what they want in their life and just go for it.
Well said. Really nice pearl of wisdom. Okay, I think let's not
Thank
take
you.
much of time. And
Yeah.
Parth, you can start. We also have Mr. Dinesh Shetty and Mr. Bhavesh Mehta also on the line. And I'm sure we have our best wishes for you, Parth. So let's move ahead and wish you all the best for today's session.
Thank you, sir. So, students, what do you want to go for first? Should I tell you more about ISHRAE than what Mihir Bhai and Vivek sir has told you, or should I tell you more about the topic that you are interested to know about today, which is life post COVID-19 as engineers and your jobs post COVID-19? Meet, do you have any opinion from the audience?
No, there is nothing in chat. Everyone can put their opinions in the chat box.
Have people put anything in the chat box?
Not yet, sir.
So can they start putting? Do you want to hear about life post COVID-19 first, or you want me to tell you about ISHRAE and what you can derive from ISHRAE first?
I suggest, Parth, I think continue with the flow of talking about ISHRAE and then you can go straight away to the thing. That will be a better way because me and Vivek sir has already started. So I think that will be better.
Let's go for that. And I'll just share the presentation that we have made for you guys. Just give me a moment.
Sure.
So Amit, I think my share content option is not on.
Yeah, just a minute. Okay,
You'll have to
now
switch that.
now we can share the content, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, it's
So
on, sir.
is it visible to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I welcome you all to your orientation, the e-orientation for this year. Since everything is happening in a digital way, we have started to do the orientation for all colleges also in the digital way for this year. And the Nowade ma'am has facilitated the orientation for our college as the first college to go in and get themselves oriented with ISHRAE Mumbai chapter Society Year 2021. And to all those who are members, I'm going to tell you what all you can be proud of and what all you can be part of. And to all those who are not members, after seeing this presentation, I'm sure you're going to be, taking membership into ISHRAE right, after I end my session today. And we have a lot of things planned for you. We have a lot of things that we have in store for you. We're gonna make a lot of programs available to you all, which will interest you for your projects, for your throughout your year. ISTL is something that's going to be taking up so much of your time throughout the year, and it's going to be keeping you so much engrossed and so much interested in the HVAC and our field. I'm very sure that you are all going to end up brilliantly as engineers post your membership into ISHRAE. So going into the presentation, what we would like all of you to know is that we have a ISHRAE Naman that we have curated this year. So whenever we meet each other because of Corona and because of the ISHRAE Mumbai creation, we are all going to greet each other as ISHRAE Naman, which is you putting your hand to the heart. So a very warm ISHRAE Naman to all of you. And what we are going to do, or what we are going to focus on as ISHRAE Mumbai chapter, as Meerbhai has rightly said, is that our focus in ISHRAE Mumbai chapter is you, the students, and we are going to put in so many programs, and we are going to put in so many mentors for each college that you are all going to end up feeling privileged, being part of ISHRAE Mumbai chapter and being part of ISHRAE as students. So, what we are bringing across to you. So the minimum student members that we need for any college to become part of the ISHRAE Mumbai chapter college chapters is 40. So Lokmanya Tilak doesn't have to worry about it because we are always, every year we have been more than 100 members for sure. I mean, the year when I was president, and since the time I was part of ISHRAE Mumbai chapter Lokmanya Tilak sub chapter, me and Kavita ma'am have been blessed to have a lot of students always as members, as student members, and a lot of interest being garnered by the students at Lokmanya Tilak towards ISHRAE. So while we don't have to look into this aspect, what are the deliverables? We are going to have one-to-one meetings with every college every month by key IMC staff. IMC stands for ISHRAE Mumbai chapter. We are going to mentor them personally. So no matter how many members you have, above 40, even if you are 45, even if you are 100, we are going to mentor you personally. And with ISTL plus and with ISTL intra college ISTL, that mentorship is only going to go deeper within the students. We are also organizing industrial visits. We are thinking on innovative ideas as to how we can organize the lockdown industrial visits as well. And we are coming up with innovative means to get the industrial visits organized. Like Meerbhai had pointed out, there are campus to corporate programs which are going to mentor the final year students to enter the corporate world and to join, the working world, because that is very much essential to for you as students, because you need to understand that life is going to change, life is going to take a different turn, and it's not going to be the same where you had a lot of mass bunks happening in college. You had a lot of theory and practical lectures. This is all going to be practical now on. Once you leave college, life is very different and you need to gear up for it. So what we thought as ISHRAE Mumbai chapter is that we should be mentoring all of you to enter this working world. And RN sir has developed this great campus to corporate fundamental lectures where you are going to get so many insights right from developing and making your CV up to how to behave in an office environment. Everything is going to be covered. If your student member list is more than 100 student members per college, then mini versions of national level programs such as ISTL are going to happen, and you're already seeing that in our college, where intra college ISTL has been started for Lokmanya Tilak and for Saraswati College. So the deliverables have already started from our end, and no matter lockdown or no lockdown, our deliverables will keep coming to the colleges one on one. We are also going to have final year project guides, and we are also going to have mentors from the industry to come and guide you in your final year projects. People who are participating in ISTL will also get a chance to present ISTL as their final year project. It needs to get a clearance from the college side whether that will be acceptable or not. We have already started webinar based trainings on energy efficiency in the built environment, and we have already conducted one webinar where we had a speaker from a Singapore company called Key Square, which I also happen to be a part of. So he came and he enlightened the student community on how energy audits are conducted, and the what is the energy auditing fundamental about, what all is possible to do as part of energy audits, and there is a lot of there are a lot of new exciting things that you can do, and this is something that is totally new even in the syllabus for Mumbai University as mechanical engineering students. And this webinar training is going to update you from the industry experts, and it's going to update you about the latest happenings in the built environment, about HVAC and R, and about heating, and a lot of other things. We are also coming up with internship opportunities for the students. We are also coming up with new things that we can give to um, students via the internship programs, via the postgraduate programs, trainings, like giving the uh, gate exams, giving GRE, TOEFL, how you can prepare for all of that, and that's going to be part of the campus to corporate series. But I'm just giving you an insight. We are also going to give fortnightly free lectures in each college as exclusive student trainings, apart from these webinars and internships and one-to-one mentoring that we have been speaking of. So does that sound exciting to all of you? I mean, I'm going to request all of you to start putting up your comments and start expressing your views in the messages and the chat section so that we can come to know what you want, how you find this to be, and is it exciting for you or not? What will you get as students? So you're gonna get access to a team of experts, and those experts are also waiting to feed you with practical knowledge and with industry exposure. Vivek sir, Mir bhai, they are all leading experts of the industry who have hands-on knowledge of 20-25 years into manufacturing and into projects, and they are the ones who can teach us. We as students, we are very new to the practical implementation of whatever we have learned, and they are our guides. They are our mentors. They are the ones loaded with practical information who can guide us as to how we should be working, what all projects we should be looking at, what should be our target, as engineers, as young engineers. Then you'll also get exposure to national level events such as ISTL, IJJ. So even with the lockdown, IJJ is going to be conducted. We are just looking at how it can be conducted. And if you shine like a star, like just like me and Saloni did, you might get absorbed into the ISHRAE Mumbai chapter and also at the ISHRAE HQ level, if you perform really well, you never know. And once you are absorbed into the committee, not only are these entire expert panel members available to you as mentors, they are also available to you as friends then later on. And that really helps a lot. Professionally, personally, they become part of your clan. They become your go-to people for engineering. So, we would really request all of you to join ISHRAE Mumbai chapter. You should go to the ISHRAE website today, go to the student membership section, and take full benefit of all the programs coming in. And the year has just begun. It's the entire year that is available to you, and we have loaded it with activities. Lockdown is not affecting it at all. And you as students, your passion, your energy is all that matters to us. We uh, we derive our energy from you. We derive our motivation from you. And what we are going to give you in return is we are going to give you your communication skill abilities. We are going to give you collaboration skills. We are going to teach you how to do planning and organization of events, how to get tasks done. If there are conflicts, how to do conflict management. What are the problem solving skills that you should be having? So we are going to teach you with all of we are going to teach you all of that. And the amount of energy and passion we receive from all of you guys, that's just going to give you all of this in return. All of these abilities, all of these skills that you can see on the screen right now, they are the skills that we will arm you with as students to enter the industry or to prepare yourself for the industry. So how excited are you guys? I need all your comments. I need all your feedback on on the comment section. I need to know what you feel. And like I'm saying in this slide, come join us on a journey for life. It's not just this 1 year or 2 years or 3 years of college life that we are inviting you to. We are inviting you on a journey of life with ISHRAE. RN sir, Mihir sir, Vivek sir, they are all, I don't know what is their age. They are all in their 50s and 40s right now. And they have been associated with ISHRAE for more than 20-25 years. And today, finally, they are at a position where they are national level committee members, they are residents of the chapters. And it takes a lot to reach that level. Me and Saloni, we see them slogging day in and day out. We see the amount of hard work they put in. And it's definitely a journey for life. So that's all I wanted to tell you all about Isha. I'm going to tell you more about life post COVID as engineers and what we need to look at. But before that, I'm just going to go back to um, the comments section and see if I've received any comments or not. Come on,
Correct.
guys.
I'll just allow the participants.
So, Meet, once you
Yes.
allow, I think we'll be able to interact with them more. This has to
Yeah.
be
Right.
we need to know what they're expecting, what we should be giving them.
Right, sir. Right, sir. So just a minute.
Yeah. Will Mirbai is there or has he left? I think he left. Vivek sir
Meir
is
sir is not here, but Vivek sir is, I think so. Yeah. Yeah. Vivek sir is here.
Yeah, I'm there. I'm there.
yes.
Uh,
Meet, are all the students, are they members or no? We've invited everyone from the college, whoever was willing to come. Meet, are you there?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, just a minute.
Hello. Invited. Parth.
Yes, ma'am.
Invited.
Invited students.
So they are not necessarily members. Everyone has been invited.
Yes,
Okay.
exactly.
So do you have a count of who is a member, who is a non-member, who has joined?
That is difficult.
Okay.
Yeah, just a minute. I'll get back in a minute.
Yeah.
For I yeah, the chat section.
Chat section is here.
Yeah,
People can speak, right?
just a minute.
Omkar Bhosle has written something. So I think people can write.
Whatever people write will go directly to Onkar Bhosle because he's the host and the presenter. We'll have to change the
Oh, is
settings
it?
to everyone.
Yeah, right now when he wrote, it was from Omkar Bhosle to everyone. So I don't know when others write what it's going to be like.
When others write, it will go directly to Onkar Bhosle.
Oh, okay. So Omkar, you need to, or Meet, you need to change the settings. So meanwhile, while you change the settings, I think we'll keep this section for the end. I'll start speaking on the engineering life post COVID and how we're going to go about with things. What is important, what is not important, right, Saloni?
Yeah, Parth. Yeah.
Okay, so we'll keep the
Yes, yes.
chat
You
section,
carry on,
chat
Parth.
section for the end. Yeah, yeah, sir. So, Meet, you figure out by then how you're going to enable chat and how people are going to talk. But we definitely need
Sure,
them to speak in the chat section. We need comments from all the students.
sure. Just 2 minutes, sir. It will be on right
And
away.
my share content has also gone away.
Yeah. I had to take that privilege from you because to change the settings.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you grant me that privilege again? Yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay. So, are you able to see my presentation?
Yes, the chat sections is also online.
Oh, wow. That's great. Okay. You're able to see the presentation?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So, while we all are scared about corona, we need to look at it differently as well. Saloni, you are able to see this, right? Everyone, Vivek sir.
Yeah,
Yes,
definitely.
Okay.
yes.
So we all are scared. Someone is scared about their job, someone is scared about their business. You all are scared about your exams. But there is someone who's enjoying. Who's that? Who are the ones who are enjoying? It's nature. It's the fishes in the sea, the fishes in the Ganga. It's the birds in the sky who are frolicking every day. I'm sure everyone is noticing the change in the nature that we have seen after COVID. And this is something that was very much needed if we look at it in a positive way. And let us not think about it as something negative that has happened to us. And if we keep that attitude, we can change so much. We can change things with us. We can change things with the environment. We can change things in our job sectors. We can change things in our businesses as well. And you know, there are so many motivational speakers. There are so many motivational talks. But there is one thing which is underlying. You have to be the change that you want to see. And life is always 1% about what happens to you and 99% about how you react to it. So if you react to it with a panic, or you react to it with a worried mindset, you will never be able to take it positively and grow with it. But if you take it positively. If you take it very much in the stride that this was meant to be, and we have a better nature around us today because of this. We have better water in the Ganga, and we can probably stop the effluent water from the industries entering into the Ganga altogether, rather than spending lakhs of crores into purifying it and making it beautiful after putting effluents into it. So there's a lot that as engineers we can do. There is a lot as humans we can do to make things better, and I'm going to elaborate more on that. So this is the first impact, right? It blew off the steam. The world collapsed. Economies crashed, businesses ended. Some people, I mean, many people died. Some people are still ill. Some people got better. But all in all, सबका हवा फूस हो गया. So that is what has been the major impact that we've been seeing and we have seen until now. But that's not how it will always be. Things will slowly and steadily come back to normal. There will be a vaccine one day. But let's not go back to being the normal that we were to the nature that has been so kind to us. Let's not be cruel to it. Let's not forget that we were engineers because nature let us be the engineers that we are today. We have very well seen that if nature does not want it to want anything to survive, what it can do, and what are the effects. There have been cyclones, there have been these pandemics, and it is all a reset button that has been pressed upon mankind. We have paused and we have started thinking, and it's only humans who have been given an ability to think. It's no other animal, and it's no other plant on the face of this earth who has been given an ability to think. Can all the others mute themselves, because there's a lot of echo that I'm getting. Yeah. So, we as mankind, if we have been given this responsibility or we have been given this ability to think, there is a lot of responsibility that lies on us, because the animals and the plants and the water bodies who cannot think also do have a lot of life inside them, and they were not ever dependent on us. It's we who were always dependent on them. And even after being dependent on them, if we can not care at all, and if we can be irresponsible, nature has its way of hitting back on us, and we've seen it. So, what has been the impact on energy and the industry? Power consumption in April has reduced by 22% as compared to the same month a year ago. So, isn't this great? Like when we shut down everything and we just keep essentials on. Excuse me. We are at 78% power consumption only. And mind you, that's a lot. I'm going to tell you how that is a lot. India's fuel demand falls by 50% in April. Isn't that a lot? Core India shipments fall by 25.5%. India's industrial production contracts shrunk by 16.7%. Significant reduction in retail demand. And who has been impacted the most? It is the MSMEs. What is MSME? We've been hearing MSME a lot. Government schemes, Prime Minister, everyone speaking about MSME. MSME is micro, small, and medium enterprises. So, what is micro, small, and medium enterprises? They are the industry that you see around you. They are the industry who is not as big as Reliance Industries or Tata and all of those big companies. They are the industries who run the country, because those are the industries where you get employed as the small scale industries, where those are in the industries which your dad or which your uncle or which your friend's dad own. And they are the industries which form the backbone of all the corporate sector industries and the whole country's economy. So, these impacts have been very severe. These impacts have been killing. But we are going to come out of it one day or the other. Today's the first day where lockdown has been lifted in major parts of the country, but in cities like Bombay and Pune and Delhi, which have been badly affected, there we will see things opening up very slowly. I've been witnessing all of it, and because our industry falls into the essential segment, I've been going out quite a lot and seeing what is happening outside. Trust me, things will come to a new normal very soon. But we need to understand, remember, and really not forget what our responsibilities are and how we need to think about things in the future. So, what has changed post COVID 19 actually? What are the issues that we have to tackle? In business, we have to tackle the economics and dynamics of running a business altogether. The cash flow has become erratic. Manpower has been totally scarce because there are so many North Indians and there are so many other parts of the country where our state derives its employment from, or where our state derives its blue collar employees from. Who are the blue collar employees? The ones who work on the shop floor, the ones who work on the field, the ones who get the installation done, and the ones who walked back home, or the ones who walked hundreds of miles to get to their village, because they were the people who were hand to mouth. And when these people have gone out from the cities, when these people have fled the cities, running businesses today has have become a super important or a super burning issue. Cash flow is a major part of businesses, where cash flow is the money that comes in and the money that goes out every month, every day in the business. So that has been hit because business owners have sustained their employees, have sustained the bank EMIs, have sustained their own expenses for 2 months without earning even 1 rupee, without making even an invoice or a bill of 1 rupee in 2 months. And that's a big thing. In the job market, what are the issues to tackle? Everyone who is employed now, or everyone who's not self-employed or is working in a job, for them the issues are, working for what type of company will lead to a secure job, working in what kind of a role will lead to steady growth for my own self, which kind of jobs are dead, or what are the jobs that are going to die now, because you don't want to take up a job that's not going to be existent in a few years, right? At the same time, what are the new jobs in the market? Who's going to tell us about all of that? So we are all going to figure these small issues out in the due course of time, when we start working, as employers, as employees. And uh, you know this is all that's going to affect all of us personally. But one thing which we are going to forget, which we had forgotten, is that what are the issues to tackle in the environment. We should not forget that. Energy conservation is one thing that affects the environment, that affects you personally, that can affect your job, and that can affect businesses. It is definitely the need of the hour. And as engineers, how you can contribute to the environment is only and only by energy conservation. There is one more aspect, which is life cycle assessment and life cycle implementation. But then that is something that is too complex to get into at this stage, where we are not prepared as students to look into all of that. But we can definitely think about energy conservation right from today. We need to conserve the environment, and to work towards a sustainable future, we need to definitely conserve energy. To achieve the above, we definitely need to focus on energy in terms of building materials, in terms of operating machinery, in terms of uh, you know operating day-to-day gadgets, day-to-day what do you say, cars and your equipment at home, everything. And by achieving the above, you are only and only going to save on OPEX. What is OPEX? OPEX is operating expenditure. Until today, we all focused only on CAPEX as industry players. What is CAPEX? CAPEX is capital expenditure. So CAPEX is something that you spend to buy or build something. And OPEX is something that you spend to run that particular thing that you have bought or built. Now, we always had a trend in our industry, in our country, to focus on capex, to reduce the cost of buying the thing or building anything. We always somehow forgot that operating that particular equipment that we build, especially in our industry, HVAC and R, is also as expensive as building it. But that's a monthly expenditure, so you don't see it. It's kind of the elephant in the room. But when you start using it is when you realize that that is one of the main things and that is one of the main expenditures, even bigger than the capex. Because when you build something, you're going to use it for 5 years, 8 years, 10 years. And the amount of money you spend in that many years is also going to go from your own pocket. So if you see your project cost, your capex or the cost of building a particular engineering goods is quite small compared to the OPEX, which builds up over a period of 10 years or 8 years or 20 years. You know, and that's not got to do something just with you. It's got to do a lot with the generation that is supposed to come in the future as well. Now, giving you some figures about energy, we in India are consuming 6% of the world's total energy built or total energy generated, and that's a lot. As population, if you compare, I don't think uh, we should be consuming that much of the world's total energy. Of course, we are a big country by land mass and by population mass, but 6% of the world's total energy is a huge figure. And if you see by 2040, we are going to reach 11%. So how are we going to be only at 11%? Because the government has a lot of roadmaps and a lot of benchmarks made for the industry to follow. And one of those you have already seen. You have actually seen a lot of those benchmarks being established by the government. We had a BEE bureau, which is Bureau of Energy Efficiency, which was formed by the government of India to save energy and to focus on saving energy. Now, what that BEE did, you all see your star rating on the air conditioning and the refrigeration appliances that you have at your home today. That is an initiative of the BEE. Now, there are a lot of other roadmaps and a lot of other such bureaus or organizations that the government is building day in and day out to reduce the energy consumption of our country and to become more self-reliant in terms of energy production. What we should be doing as students, as what should be on our priority list as students, where to focus our efforts. Now, you all as students will build knowledge, will gather knowledge, will build something as your final year project, will have some ambition for yourself as a working professional. And if you focus on these few things that I'm talking of here, the future lies in all of these things only. The finance is something that drives business. I spoke of cash flow, sometime back, and cash flow is going to be so difficult because it depends on world economy quite a bit. And if we speak on world economy, I don't think we'll be ending our orientation lecture even at 9 o'clock today. So going without going too deep into that, uh, engineering sector is also driven on the grants and funds received by governments and the banks and private lenders. And you need to focus on where the grants and funding are going to fund the clean energy business. You all are studying renewable energy. You all are studying, solar energy, wind energy, and all of that. And you need to focus on how you can know or build your knowledge on the practical aspects of using these energy means of developing the energy. You need to have more ideas to be energy efficient. Those ideas may in the future help you in your job. They may help you in becoming an entrepreneur. One more field that's coming up very rapidly are the machines and the local solutions for the medical and healthcare sector. We all saw how Tata and Mahindra developed ventilators, during emergency conditions, and we all saw how they stepped in times of emergency, and how mechanical machines like ventilators are super important to save lives. We also need to focus on how collaborative research and development can take place. Many companies are going to collaborate. Many companies, like we all saw Mahindra and Tata making ventilators. These are medical devices which would never fall under their manufacturing earlier, or they would have never thought of manufacturing these things. And that is what is collaborative research and development. They assisted the medical field, and you as mechanical engineers have no boundaries. You study softwares, you study electronics, you study machines, and you there is a lot that you can do. Even as electrical engineers, you study so many power electronics, machines. Electrical and mechanical are the core fields in engineering which drive the engineering field. Spreading awareness that OPEX reductions are earnings. These are also facts, and these are also areas that we need to focus on in engineers as engineers. Because what students think as engineers we do is we build technology. But when you build technology, you need a lot of money to build that technology. You need a lot of money with your customers for them to buy your technology, and later on you need a lot of money with your customer to be able to operate that technology. So when you are in your engineering phase, you need to understand that money also plays a lot of importance, and money also plays a lot of what do you say important role in the engineering field. And you need to study money also as a subject. Money, when I say money, it is economics that you can study, it is financing you can study, it is how funding for startups, how funding for existing industries work, that you need to study. Now what are the jobs going to be like? We all need to keep sustainability in mind. There are going to be a lot of jobs in the renewable energy department. There are going to be a lot of jobs in the government science institutes, ISRO. We had Mr. Vijay Sonamne 2 or 3 days back, who was speaking on how jobs sector is going to evolve, how we need to think of jobs, what our jobs are going to be there in the future. Saloni, you were a part of that lecture by Vijay sir, right?
Yeah, I was there.
So you know what all he spoke of and how things are going to change.
Yeah, he spoke about everything in the job sector.
So were you aware that there are so many things we can think of? I was never aware as a student that you can think of so many things while
The
taking
the
up.
petroleum engineering thing was the one that baffled me.
Exactly, exactly. So, there are going to be government science institutes which are going to hire engineers. There are going to be institutes like ISRO. There are pharmaceutical industries which are going to boom. Once we have the COVID vaccine being made, the pharmaceutical industries are going to go bonkers making the vaccines. And mind you, all the pharmaceutical industries thrive on mechanical industry equipments, and the equipments developed by mechanical engineers. There is so much innovation that has come across, or that has come up during COVID, by the engineers who are supporting the pharmaceutical industries. There are going to be biomedical research and production industries who are going to hire mechanical engineers. Building services engineering, particularly where we speak of ISHRAE, that sector is going to boom like anything, because the rental market is going to, you know, uh, basically thrive. At the same time, the rental market is going to have its own difficulties. Building services engineering are going to change entirely because air conditioning needed during the, keeping all the COVID mechanisms in place are going to have so many changes coming into the air conditioning designs. We are going to see, uh, so many changes in the building services sector as compared to, the engineering that we used to employ earlier, before COVID and after COVID. People are going to focus more on how you can have lower electricity bills because everyone wants to save money now. It's going to be difficult to run organizations, be it any kind of organization. Now, when the prime minister says, support local or go local, you need to be on the lookout for industries who are looking to produce import substitutes, industries who are going to think of, replacing China imports. You can also look at foreign OEMs setting up production plants in India. There are a lot of people who are now going to come to India rather than going to China. Agri-tech and agri-startups are going to be the boom, and mechanical engineering is the industry that helps agriculture the most. Soft skills with mechanical engineering background, such as energy efficiency studies and energy auditing, they are going to be the next boom in building services engineering as well. We need to ensure local economic benefits. Like I already told you, mechanical engineering doesn't have to be tied up only to mechanical engineering field. Finance plays a very important role in every engineering company. And proper end-to-end management of that finance also needs to be checked. Otherwise, if the finances go haywire, the company can die an early death or the company can suffer huge losses. So, how the implementation models for the government funding and for for any kind of new business that's going to come up are going to go. Implementation models are all going to be towards service-based economy. Like you see, software as a service, which is called as SaaS. There is going to be so many things which are going to be as a service. When you see, ERP modules or any module, any software modules that you are buying monthly, that is software as a service because you are not buying that software upfront. You are not buying a CD for that software like we used to in our childhood. You are buying a subscription which you are going to, renew every month or pay for every month. So there are so many businesses which are going to go as a service based economy. Leasing and rental based models are going to be the new model or the new business model. Uh, what is ESCO? ESCO is energy services companies. Energy services companies are companies basically who will provide energy efficiency solutions and demand aggregation. So these are the implementation models that are to be the future, or that are going to be the future of mechanical engineering industry at least. And with this, I end my presentation for life post COVID and how we are going to live life and how things are going to uh, you know run in the future. And that's it. I am now open for questions.
Yeah, right, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
And something that I've forgotten to tell you.
Yeah,
You know, as an alumni, I would really like to tell you that when we were students or when we were doing our engineering, we never really had so much of guidance coming in from the industry. Danavade ma'am was the only one who would, keep pushing us to do activities, and I used to take it up as a mission, to get as many students possible for every program being organized by ISHRAE and by SAE, and we used to just be on the lookout that who is imparting practical knowledge to us, who is telling us what is the future going to be like, or what we need to do in engineering. Trust me, guys, ISHRAE is doing a lot. I personally am doing a lot in ISHRAE for students, and you all should definitely take benefit of it. Do join ISHRAE if you have not yet joined in. If at all you feel that today's presentation was, I mean, it made little bit sense to you also, I would urge you all to join ISHRAE because there are going to be so many more such presentations for you all. Saroni, do you feel what I spoke today was relevant for the students?
Yeah, definitely it was. It is very important for all of us when even when I was a student, for us to have a goal, to understand where I'm heading towards. So, your presentation covered almost all of it, giving everyone along with me a good idea of what I'm going to get ahead in the future, what I'm going to face. Everything about the energy conservation, the job availability, about building engineering, everything about what I'm going to face in the future. So I think it will be really helpful for the students.
Yeah, yeah. Vivek sir, any inputs from you? What would
No,
the
no,
future students be looking out for?
no, it's perfect, Parth. Your presentation tells everything. And now student has got these 2 months to, I think, recognize themselves. They need to choose their path as per your guidelines. We can just give them a guidelines. Ultimately, they
Exactly,
have to implement that. I
exactly.
think
Yeah, sir. Thank you. Kavita ma'am, any inputs from you? You would like to say something?
No, it was a very nice session. So
Thank
input
you.
from my side.
Thank you, ma'am.
Uh, so, part I had a small doubt. So when I was in my engineering college, when I
Yeah,
was studying engineering, so
yeah.
everyone knows कि goal क्या है, क्या बनना है, everything they have their own ideas plan. But the steps that they take, that is where they miss on actually reaching their goals. So what I like to take as an input from you is any five major decisions that you took from your college life to where you are today that what you hear.
Okay. So, see, one thing which I had as an input with me right from childhood was that I always looked up to my dad, who had his own business into engineering, into refrigeration and air conditioning, and I always used to ask him that, what do I have to be like you? So he always used to tell me, you have to become an engineer first, and then I speak to you. So when I did my engineering, he told me that now you need to do your masters. So I said, I mean, you never told all of this to me. All you told me is you should do your engineering. So he said, yeah, it's true. I told you that, but I never told you what after that, right? I never told you you could join working. I mean, you could join me, or you could start working immediately post doing your engineering. So I said, okay, what now? So he said, by doing engineering, you have just gained expertise, or you have just gained knowledge about how to speak in engineering language, how to understand what the person in front of you or what the engineer in front of you is trying to tell you. You have gained nothing more than that. And if you want to really be a true engineer, or if you really want to understand what you should be doing as your as a course, or as a benchmark, for yourself, you should be working in the industry first, even before doing your masters. You should work for a year or two, not lose your motivation to study further. Then do your postgraduate in any technical field, not an MBA, because an MBA, while it is very essential as what people feel, an MBA can definitely be done in your practical life while you are working. As business owners, me, Vivek sir, Meerbai, RN sir, we all do our MBA while we are at our job. That our job teaches us so much that it is more than an MBA actually. Right, Vivek sir? Okay, I think
sure,
he
sure.
was.
Once
Yeah,
once once you are on field, you get all the different questions, and you need to find your answers yourself only. No one is there
Exactly.
to guide you.
Exactly. So that's your own MBA, and you can also get a lot of commercial knowledge that your MBA gives you once you start working. But no one can give you the technical knowledge that a technical postgraduate program can give you. So I would urge students to really think of what they want to do or what they want to become after they have worked for 1 year or 2 years in the industry, and after they have gained some practical knowledge, after they have burnt their hands in the field, after they have slogged, for 12, 12, 14 hours a day at the desk or at the field, and literally learn something worthwhile. And in that 1 year, you can figure out what you want to be definitely as a mechanical engineer or an electrical engineer, and what you want to do in the future. Because even 1 year is a very small period of time to understand what you want to be, but it definitely gives you a lot of clarity. And then once you do your postgraduate program in technical, your MS or ME or MTech, whatever, even if you do it or not, that 1 year, that one initial year of hard work is what is needed to figure out what you want to be in the future.
Yeah, I would also like to add part in that 1 year what you are going to do is do it for yourself, not to just get the marks, because that is going to help you a lot. Like what you are doing in what we are doing in ISTL, we are giving all the information from in and out of all the engineers. This is the HVAC industry. Do you want to make career in this? Once any person who do ISTL, he knows what is HVAC industry is. He can then choose HVAC industry as a career, or he will go with other industry. But that you have to find out yourself what you're going to like, and just don't study just to get the mark. Whatever you learn, you should use for yourself. That is more important.
Yeah, definitely.
That
That's
was
that.
that was spot on, Vivek sir, Parth. That is exactly what I was asking. Because when I was a student myself, I really didn't know where I'm supposed to go after completing my engineering. If I should do MBA, if I should do post graduation, if I just should work for a year or two. Because it is really a very big confusion for everyone. I mean, obviously a lot of them have a plan, but maximum of the engineering students, they don't have a plan. They're very confused about what they're going to do after completing their engineering. So according to what I understood from Parth and Vivek sir is, just get into the field, understand what you're getting into, know what you're trying to make a career in, and then move ahead in your life. Right, Parth?
Yep, that's exactly the route that they should be taking. I
Thanks.
can't hear you. Yeah, yeah. Okay. So I think we are all uh, done with our program today, and I hope you guys enjoyed it.
Uh,
Meet any.
yes, actually, we have a few questions on from the YouTube, so I'll just read them. Yeah. First one is from Ajay Patel. What is the scope for electrical engineer? You are talking about only mechanical.
Electrical engineering is definitely a field for me. And when I talk about, everything, electrical engineers are the best suited to do that. And even apart from that, the HVAC and our fraternity totally thrives on electrical engineering, and in so many departments in so many companies, the HVAC and our department is put under the electrical department only, and that is how important electrical engineering is. So you all are as important a part of ISHRAE or as important a part of the HVAC and our field as much as mechanical engineers are, and you can have the same route.
Okay, all right. The other question is from Suraj Maurya. Sir, what is the scope of aeronautical engineer for MTech?
Aeronautical engineer for MTech.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of scope. I mean, when I was in London and I was doing my masters, I had a lot of aeronautical engineers doing their masters in so many niche specializations. I mean, it was completely astonishing to know that it's 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 covered in so much of depth, even in their BE time, and then later on for their MS or their ME courses, it's something that is super interesting, super deep, and that is definitely the future, because the research and the space organizations are going to be worried about all of this, any corona or anything holding them back. Governments and the companies working on space missions and the space, what do you say, space machines, they always have their own budgets and they always have a different budgeting for them being done. So yeah, that is definitely a growing sector always.
Okay. The next question is again from Ajay Patel. He is telling, is ISHRAE helpful for entrepreneur?
Oh yeah, it is super helpful for entrepreneurs, because me, Vivek sir, Meerbhai, RN sir, we are all entrepreneurs, right? So
Yeah,
what?
exactly. I was going to tell that you are talking to an entrepreneur right now.
Yeah, exactly. So Meerbhai has rightly said in the beginning that you grow your network when you come to ISHRAE, and when you network, you definitely uh, grow your customer base or your fan following or your your brand equity, that you can call. But all those are part and parcel of being associated of ISHRAE. There is no direct benefit that you can get out of it, or there is no direct sales that you can do at ISHRAE. ISHRAE is purely a technical committee, and while as entrepreneurs you can also network, you can also look into gaining technical skills from ISHRAE, gaining knowledge about new and new verticals of business that you can establish.
Yeah, I think in ISHRAE, you are an entrepreneur or you are the director of company. Once you become part of ISHRAE, you always remain student, because every time, every day you learn lot of different things, lot of new technical things which is happening in all over the world, not only in India but across the globe. So you're always on your foot. You know what is happening around you, because if you want to run any company, you should know what is the future. That is very important. And once you become ISHRAE member, it is always there on your you can see on your laptop or on your screen. Once you log into ISHRAE, you come across all those things.
Correct,
Yes.
sir. Yeah. One. Actually, there are a couple of questions more. From Robin Singh. Can you say something about post-COVID jobs for electrical engineering?
Can Robin
Actually,
Singh
there was a same question from Ajay Patel, so too. So I just clubbed the question.
what do they want to know?
They are telling that, can you say something about post-COVID jobs for electrical engineering? Electrical engineers, actually.
Yeah, that is what we spoke about, right? I don't think they've been listening to the presentation carefully then. Because when I said
Yeah,
about energy auditing and energy efficiency studies and all, oh my God, electrical engineers have the world open to them after COVID.
right. So there is one more question from Abhishek Bauchkar, actually two. How can we get a job in HVAC now? And the other question is type of jobs available in HVAC industry.
So the type of jobs, we had earlier done a presentation for students where we spoke about, the type of jobs that are available. So there are, uh, in the HVAC and R segment, the companies that operate, they are primarily the OEMs, the original equipment manufacturers, the consultants who work with the OEMs for the implementation on the field, the contractors who I mean for the designing of those equipments for the field, then the contractors who actually have the implementation being done on the field, and then there are people who do servicing, there are people who do AMC contracts, and there are so many other jobs. So with each of these kind of companies, you can join as a sales engineer, as a design engineer, as a field engineer, as a what do you say, service engineer, and at every level there is so much to learn that you cannot even imagine. I mean, this is a field where there are endless opportunities. You just have to keep looking. That's it.
All right. Now there is one more question. I think so. It's the last question.
Okay.
Divyankar Shukla, why HVAC is so much highlighted?
Uh, Tell me, in this summer, could you do without an air conditioner? Or tell me, at your home, can you do without a refrigerator? You can't, right? For once, maybe you can make do your life without a bike or without a car. But without a refrigerator, I don't think you can make do your life. Or without an air conditioner, I don't think you can work in an office, right? So since this is so much connected to your daily life, that is why this field is so important. And the potential of this field was not realized until a lot many years. And now, when people are realizing it, we want to make the field grow in a systematic way. We want to prepare all you young engineers in a way that you are rightly armed to enter the industry and rightly equipped.
Yeah. Actually, he's also asking, is it limited to refrigerator and air conditioner itself?
No, I mean, you can just see refrigerator and air conditioner at your home, but at the industry level, these air conditioning and refrigeration systems, you have a 1 ton air conditioner at home, but in the industry segment, you have air conditioning worth 500 tons. Can you even imagine? And your refrigerator of 1,000 liter maximum at home, or maybe 700 liter maximum at home, is nothing compared to the cold storage, which is, I think, 1 lakh or 10 lakh or maybe 1 crore liters. So that is the level.
500 is too less, but talk about district cooling.
Exactly. So you don't even you can't even imagine what you're talking of when you're sitting at home as student. This is
No,
as an industry. Yeah,
no,
sir.
even if you go for hospitals now, you're talking about now we are in Corona, so you're talking about COVID patient
Yeah,
and all that. So without HVAC, no one can operate COVID patients.
exactly.
So you go anywhere, HVAC is important. And good thing about HVAC industry is you become a designer or you become a sales engineer or you become a executors, contractors. Every job is different. Otherwise, what you get once you get same type of job, after sometimes you get bored, but not in HVAC industry. Because whatever happens, each and every job, every years, whatever comes is everything is new. No job is similar. You have to design from starting from A to Z. You have to do design newly. You are always on that job, so you will not get bored. Again, anything, any engineering or any jobs you choose, you should have a first passion about that job. You should like that job. If you don't like HVAC industry, don't join that HVAC industry. And it's very
Exactly.
simple.
Exactly. No, it is
Yes.
definitely.
There are no more questions right now. So,
Yeah. So, Meet, I think we are done. We had a good session today, and I think we've answered
yes.
all the doubts that all the.
Okay.
Yes.
Hello. Hello.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
I am very much thankful to all IMC member join for this orientation program. Behalf of Lokmanya Tilak College of Engineering, Department of Mechanical Engineering. It was a very nice session, Parth, Sununi, and
Thank
thanks
you.
again.
Thank you, ma'am. We are always there for our college. Me and Sunil, know that much.
Thank
Vivek
you,
sir,
ma'am.
Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bhavesh sir is join.
Actually, Bhavesh sir is not here. I think so. Bhavesh Mehta sir is not here.
Just go.
So, on behalf of LTCoE chapter, I would like to thank you, Mr. Parth, Saloni, and Vivek sir. And obviously, the few of them came in the session but left due to some difficulties. So that's fine. And it was a very nice session. Thank you so much, sir, Parth sir, to giving the knowledge to the
Have to now,
students.
make maximum students as members.
Yeah, right. I
तो
think so.
सर
We
ये
have yes, yes, ma'am.
हाँ वो अपना यूट्यूब में भी बाद में भी दिखेगा ना
हाँ मैम दिखेगा.
हाँ ओके
Yes.
लाइव
Okay.
अभी लाइव है ना
हाँ मैम लाइव है अभी भी. Okay. So yes, everybody, thank you so much and have a good day. Stay home, stay safe.
Thank you. ISHRAE
Yeah, thank you
Namaste.
everyone. ISHRAE Namaste everyone.
हेलो